Hi, and welcome back to the Consult a Counselor series. In this series, I answer parenting-related questions so that you can be present and at ease with your child and live life mindfully. Today's question is, there's this kid who has made my daughter's life absolutely impossible this year. I'm part of the same parent group, which makes it tough, but I don't want my kid in classes with her next year. What can I do? Well, as an educator of 18 years, I definitely understand this question. And while we want to raise our kids to have resilience and to have the confidence that they can problem solve their own issues, sometimes it doesn't hurt to help them out along the way. If your child had major issues with another peer, sometimes it's just a personality conflict, and sometimes that time apart can definitely help, whether that time apart becomes permanent or if it's just for a year. So, what I highly encourage you to do, if your school year goes from September to June, typically at the start or mid May is when schools begin to work on the following year's class lists. Now, with the experience of being an educator, I will say that if you give your school a list of 10 kids long saying, please don't put my kids with these kids, but please put them with these kids, that is hard to do. Schools have a very challenging time to separate children, first and foremost, by their academic needs, especially when it comes to special education, and then by their social emotional needs. Then to try to fit in all parent requests, that can be quite challenging. However, if there is the opportunity to request to not put your child perhaps with one other child who really made their life miserable one year, that is an acceptable request. You want to make sure that you put it in writing, and you want to make sure that you send it not to your child's teacher because they may not have a hand in creation of the next year's class list, but definitely to your school's administrators and perhaps even to their school counselor who may have more of a hand in creating the class list. And of course, that all is pending on district to district and school to school. In this written note, including the rationale for your request, especially if they don't have any previous knowledge of conflict between your child and the other child, would definitely be helpful. And of course, remember that all requests are not guaranteed. However, it doesn't hurt to ask. So I hope this helped. If you think this could help another mom or dad friend, be sure to share it with them and subscribe to the Free to Be Mindful podcast so that you don't miss the next episode. If you have any questions for the Consult a Counselor series, you can always email me at podcast@freetobemindful.com or DM me on Instagram at Counselor V de Jesus. And remember, in a world where you are free to be anything that you want to be, you are always free to be mindful. Thanks so much and catch you next.